welcome to the next episode 48.
Episode 48. We're coming up to 50.
Fourth and Skol pod. Oh, 50 episodes. Yeah. Wow. A
lot of ups and downs.
We might have to do something for it.
We might.
Hey, episode 50 might be another win. You never know.
Never know, man. This year has got my head spinning uncontrollably. Uncontrollably. And it was an interesting week. So last week on the podcast, on episode 47, we talked about where do the Vikings go from here? How do we set up for the future? And we talked that we might need to start to rely heavily on the draft. We might need to start offloading some picks. We might need to start losing some games. I said that I don't necessarily think that the players are going to buy into losing some games. I don't think Zimmer's necessarily buying into losing some games. Dude, players and teams don't actively tank.
They don't.
That's too hard to do.
No,
it's too hard to do. You can't orchestrate.
Are the Jets?
The Jets just suck. The Jets are just bad. Like all around, dude. They're just bad.
Yeah, they are pretty bad. So
no, it's funny.
It was a beautiful game. It was a beautiful game. It was. And seeing Packers Twitter afterwards saying. Everybody, like, half the people were criticizing Aaron Rodgers. Half the people were like, it's not Aaron Rodgers' job to stop Dalvin Cook.
The refs.
It was a wind. It was a fluke. It was a windy day. Chalk it up. And I was like, all right, you play outside. How often is it windy at Lambeau Field? Probably quite often. You can't just chalk it up to the wind. But anyway, it was a beautiful game. There were like two possessions in the first quarter.
Yeah.
The Packers Packers had a possession, then the Vikings had a possession.
Right.
Then the first quarter was over. 2 touchdowns, 7-7.
It was the fastest half, I think, in the NFL.
Because it was windy. We both had to run the ball.
Yeah.
You know? And then...
So wait.
And then the second quarter.
So you are saying that the wind was a little bit of a factor? Did you see the... Hey, God, I just want to say this. Did you see the pre-game field goal kickers? Dude, that ball was 1 second it was going here, and then the next it was completely off.
Yeah.
So that was a factor.
Wind played a factor.
I know, but it's the NFL. You got snow, rain, wind, indoor, wherever you are. It is the NFL. But I do want to say that was a factor.
Yeah, it was a factor.
And do you want to know the beautiful game plan?
Yeah.
Remove Kirk Cousins from the game. 11 for 14, 160 yards, 50 of those was a screen pass to Cook.
We didn't even try to fake the play action. We didn't. We were just like, you're going to put 9 in the box.
Which blew my mind because they should have stacked it with 12. Like, just put 12.
Well, and like people are like, oh, we have some serious deficiencies on defense. You have Zadarius Smith. You have Preston Smith. Like, you don't have major defects on defense.
Not major, but I think it just goes to show that the Packers defense is always flawed to some degree.
Yeah.
It just is.
Yeah.
The defense is always a problem.
Well, and now Packers Twitter again was like, look what happens when you don't get Aaron Rodgers any wide receivers. Okay. And so it's just like, it's fun to watch them eat themselves. It's just fantastic. I love it. I love it.
I will say, so my friend Christian, he's starting to sweat a little bit now that they lost to the Vikings. And the standings, we're going to go into it. I can have you go into it. It's going to be tight going all the way to the end.
It's going to be tight.
It is.
It's going to be tight.
And while we're talking about this, I just have one thing for the viewers and anyone listening. I just need to know, Viking fans, like, where are you at? Okay. Because I'm not the only one who goes from down to up to down to up. I just want to know, is everyone back on the whole we're going to make the playoffs? Like, I just need to know. I need to know. I'm talking to you guys. Just please tell me where you're at with, are we done? Are you still in? Like, what is it?
I'm interested in knowing too, because like we're 2-5. We're, heading into week 9. But listen, we just beat the Packers.
Yeah.
And the Packers are a very good team. We were one fourth down play away from beating Seattle, one of the best teams in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
We were 1 point. We'll just say 1 point away from beating the Titans, who were unbeaten at the time.
Fair.
Like
Right. It's funny how the season could be completely different.
We could easily be 5-2. Easily be 5-2, and then this is a whole different conversation. But But the reality of the situation is we're 2-5.
Right, exactly.
So do we stick with the whole let's play for the future, play for the draft, or do we try to salvage the thing?
That leads me to
I don't know.
Sam.
Go ahead.
Do you know who this is? I've had this in my room. I've had this in my room, okay? Unfortunately, this win has destroyed all of my dreams. I am officially. I can't believe you. I am officially in complete Vikings purgatory limbo, and I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do anymore.
Pat.
I don't know what to do anymore.
No,
we're gonna it's gonna be a middle of the pack draft pick.
No, let's look at it. Hey, Patrick, let's look at it.
I want you to take me through it.
All right. The Vikings right now. So first of all, I want to point out some teams that are ahead of the Vikings in the league standings.
Go. Are you just talking about the standings, or are you going through the draft order? Because the draft order is different from the standings, believe it or not.
Is it?
It is. Tankathon.com has us at 10, and the standings have us at 8.
2021 NFL draft order.
We should be at the 10 spot.
All right. Tankathon.com, number one.
That's what
number one
using.
site. All right. So the Vikings sitting there at number 10. All right. So I want to look at some players that are actually below us in the draft.
Sure.
Below us. So meaning that they have a better season going for them right now.
Us. Sure,
below
okay.
us. Below us. So they're drafting after the Vikings. The Cincinnati Bengals. Who have been so awful this year. It's unbelievable.
A lot of their games have been pretty close, though. They have had close games. And they got a rookie quarterback. I love
Joe Burrow.
Future.
I think he's the bright spot of the team.
Their future is fun for me. I like to see that.
So the Bengals are drafting after us. Carolina Panthers are drafting after us with Teddy Bridgewater. They've had some close ones. The Denver Broncos, who have just been god-awful.
Yeah.
God-awful.
QB
They're drafting after us.
every year.
They're drafting after us. Who else? Miami is drafting they're at number 16 right now.
What's hard, though, is that each week this is going to dramatically continue to change.
It will.
All of us know for a fact. I sucked myself. I did the reverse. You know how we suck ourselves? What you're doing, you're going to suck yourself back into playoff contention. Okay? I do it every year. Every year. This is the only year that I'm not letting myself do it. I'm not letting myself do it this year. I instead am going the reverse route, which nobody likes. I have no friends this year. I can't have a conversation about anything like that because I'm not Fun Pat this year.
No, but here's the thing. We do need a plan for the future. Right?
We do. That's the thing.
And so, it's not... I think I don't want to necessarily call our situation win-win because it's not. It's very tumultuous either way you go about it, and it's just the fact of the matter. All right, so the teams that are ahead of us in the draft right now that is first of all surprising. New England Patriots.
Mark my words, they will slip into the top 3 somehow, top 5, and get Trevor Lawrence.
They have 3 passing touchdowns all year so far.
What?
3 passing touchdowns,
dude. Who knew Cam Newton was that bad? What's going on with
Bill
that guy?
Belichick knew. They're only paying him $1 million.
Sure. They just needed a guy.
They just needed a guy. They needed a warm body.
If it worked out, it worked out.
Hey, why not? Why not run the experiment for $1 million?
Warm body.
Chargers are ahead of us, which I feel like the Chargers are better than the record. They're 2-5.
Oh yeah, Justin Herbert. They almost beat the Chiefs. They almost beat the Chiefs. They went to OT, and that was the game that Tyrod Taylor had a punctured lung.
How bad do you feel for Tyrod Taylor?
Oh yeah,
such a good quarterback. Yeah. Such a good such a team guy.
It's unfortunate is what it is. Yeah.
Well, I mean that's what happened. That's why we run into the situation where we get into where players will play hurt and exacerbate their injury even more so because they don't want to lose their spot.
Right.
You know,
right. Especially if you're not like a premier. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Washington is drafting ahead of us. They
are taking. I think Haskins is on the block. I'm pretty sure
Haskins is on the block. Which, by the way, we're recording this at 1:40.
Yeah.
On the day of the trade deadline.
Yeah.
Which trade deadline happens in what, an hour and in 80 minutes?
I think 3 or 4 o'clock.
In 80 minutes. Yeah. So we'll be keeping our finger on the pulse of that. Atlanta's ahead of us. They'll probably is Matty Ice on his way out? I don't know.
It's hard to tell with some of the older quarterbacks. Dallas is in the market for a quarterback?
I don't know. I think Dak gets his contract. I think Dak...
Are we still holding out on Kirk Cousins going to Dallas?
You know what? You know who else got injured this week was Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh,
you know who else got injured? George Kittle.
And guess who's playing?
Rumors have been swirling that we do a package deal with Kirk and Kyle.
Stop.
Send them out west.
Where are you seeing these rumors? Did you just make that up?
No. I think I heard it on K-Fan or something crazy.
But I just want to quick say the Packers are blessed to be playing them.
Oh, blessed.
But maybe you would want to play Jimmy. I don't know. Either option isn't good.
But the fact that George Kittle's out, he's like the rock of their offense.
Yeah.
You know?
Dallas, and then Miami's got the Houston pick.
We can't talk about Houston
without laughing.
At the Bill O'Brien.
Dude, he just tore that team apart. Kind of like who was on the Eagles before Doug Peterson? Chip Kelly traded the whole team. He's like, I'm out of here.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. Jacksonville, I still think that they're going to rock with Gardner Minshew. Then you have New York, who's going to be sticking with Daniel Jones. And then the other team from New York.
Dude, I don't think so, man. The only one I will say that I think is going to stick with who they have out of those top three there would be Daniel Jones. Yeah, I think they're done with Sam Darnold because Trevor Lawrence is going to be too appealing. Yep. And Jacksonville, dude, if they have a chance at Justin Fields, you can't tell me they're not going to take him. You cannot tell me. When you're sitting here looking at Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes. But they have
such a need elsewhere on defense, especially. Their whole defense had an exodus.
I know, but like you could argue that later in the draft you could find those second, third, fourth round that fit into a defense.
We'll see how the draft class develops. Obviously, this early, people
and it's
focus
too
on
early.
The quarterbacks.
Yeah, it's
as we get closer to the draft, we'll figure this out. But I still think that. So here's the thing: even if the Vikings were in total tank mode. Mm-hmm. You gotta give it to the Packers. I'm not upset about this win at all. I am not upset about this win.
You have to give it to the Packers, yeah.
At all. You have to clobber the Packers just because it's the freaking Packers.
So hang on. Ring me this, okay? It's week 17, right? We have one win on the year. If we beat the Packers, we don't get the first round pick and we actually bump to like the third or fourth, something like that. You still are on board with winning and not securing a first round pick, which could do really.
Absolutely.
Even this, but
absolutely.
Hang on,
without question.
I want you to I want you to put your pride aside for 1 second because this is the one year that I said that this is the year that I felt like we could be a little more on the downer side.
Sure. But here's the flip side.
Really?
Because here's the flip side.
Wow, that blows my mind.
What if that game is the game where the Packers lose home field advantage for the playoffs, and because of that, they don't make it out of the conference championship again?
Okay. But let me flip it the other way then. Okay, what if that first pick is the future for years and for years?
All right,
building our future. This is about us. Why do we care so much about?
All right.
Here's my problem.
If it's week 17 and nothing else matters, fine.
Here's one more thing I have to say. Okay, and it's just this year because. The year's already, in my opinion, it was done from being 1-5. Okay, but maybe we come back in. You're gonna give me your breakdown, and I'm gonna love to hear it. I cannot wait. This brings me joy every week. Okay, it to a degree it bothers me that the Minnesota Vikings fans, our Super Bowl every year is to beat the Packers once a year. Can we? No, I want to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm like Viking to Viking. We've been watching these games long enough. Okay.
No, you're right. We need to
isn't it a little pathetic?
We do need to have loftier goals, I think.
Isn't it a little pathetic?
I wouldn't use the term pathetic. I would say it's competitive. But yeah, no,
it's kind of sad.
We do need to shoot a little bit higher.
Everybody I talked to, everything I saw on social media, it made it seem like we just clinched like a playoff spot. It was week 17. Memes everywhere. Like. I don't know, man. To me, it's a little sad. I love it, but it's sad. We need to have higher goals than that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I just, in a year where we're going to suck anyway.
Yeah.
Why not beat the Packers?
Okay. Like I said, I sucked myself into the tank trap, get a quarterback. I'm done with it. It's done for me. I'm done with it.
My favorite Brian Edgren quote of all time is if we go 2-14 and we beat the Packers twice. It's a good year.
I'd take 2-14 if we got a good draft pick and beat the Packers twice. So I do want to just talk about the game a little more. Okay. So it was very windy in Lambeau Field.
Very windy.
Kirk Cousins was eliminated from the game plan.
We didn't even try to throw the ball.
You can't even call him a game manager in that game because all he had to do was hand the ball off.
Yeah.
He didn't have to do anything. Okay. He threw the ball 14 times for 11 completions, 160 yards, 11.4 average, and 1 TD, which, mind you, was a 50-yard close my eyes and dump it to Dalvin Cook and let him score his third or fourth touchdown of the game.
That was a touchdown pass.
I know, but
it was 55 yards. Dalvin Cook got after the catch.
It was basically a pitch. I wish it was because his stats.
I was like, he threw a touchdown. Oh yeah, he did throw a touchdown.
So Cook had 30 carries for 163 yards, 3 TDs, 5.4 average. Dude.
Here's the thing. My philosophy has always been you don't pay your running backs because they're a dime a dozen in the offensive. Mm-hmm. Dalvin Cook. Pay him whatever he wants.
Okay, so here
he is the team.
I want to say in the past, I have argued for signing him. Yeah. But because of how our cap is situated, then I kind of got to the end and I was like, maybe we shouldn't do it. Yeah. But he is literally a reason why you need to sign him because he's a difference maker. He literally won the game. This was on his shoulder. And the offensive line played phenomenal.
the classic thing is we go back to Le'Veon Bell because he was kind of the experiment in do you pay, do you not pay, you know, and he was a bust when he went somewhere else. And so that was an example of, yes, you do not pay.
Right.
But Le'Veon Bell and Dalvin Cook are two very different. I think Dalvin Cook is, he has better vision. He has better, he makes better decisions. I don't know what it is. It's not quantifiable. He's just better.
He's shifty. It's people touch him and they bounce off him. Yeah.
Lev Bell was shifty too. You know, he was patient behind the offensive line.
I'd say Bell was more patient, and then when he found the hole, then he hit it. But Cook can hit the hole and just do a little little hip movement there, and he's through the hole.
Yeah. He had an incredible day, dude.
That was fun though.
Dude, it was so much fun.
Dalvin Cook brings me more joy than I can say. The chef, man.
Me too.
I mean, what a game.
And you know what? If he's in on that last play against Seattle, we beat Seattle, an undefeated team at the time. And they're probably one of the best. They're probably the best team in the NFC right now.
I would agree.
The Seattle Seahawks.
I might argue in the end. Oh, I guess you got the Chiefs.
Yeah,
they're up there. They're
Chiefs,
up there.
The Steelers.
Oh, how could I forget the Steelers?
People are still sleeping on the Steelers.
And it's like they're
7-0.
doing it, man. Mike Tomlin was in our backyard.
I know, dude.
That hurts.
Well, and that's just it. Is like you look at the Steelers organization. That like everybody talks about the Patriot way, right? And how they just have a winning culture.
Yeah.
But you look at the Pittsburgh Steelers,
right?
Their constant has been Ben Roethlisberger and Mike Tomlin.
Right.
People have come, even on defense. Troy Polamalu, he's come and gone.
Yeah, right. Right.
Antonio Brown, he's come and gone. Lev Bell, he's come and gone. Like that's a win. Like those are their key major playmakers.
Yeah.
And they've come and gone, but they still continue to win, and they still continue to be at the top of their division.
And it brings me back to the quarterback. When you have a quarterback, people believe anything.
But I think Roethlisberger is one-dimensional, you know? But it's just...
He is, but... Yeah, that's true. He doesn't get out of the pocket much. He's got a good old line for that aspect. But something about Big Ben, it just works. Like you believe, but like teams die for those quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Brady in New England, he never got touched.
Yeah.
Big Ben, same thing. Like the offensive lines will die for those players.
Yeah.
So on defense, though, boy, did we have some injuries. So going into the game,
let's talk about it.
Yeah, going into the game, Holton Hill was out. Cam Dantzler came back.
Mike Hughes, did Mike Hughes play?
Hughes was on IR. They put him on IR, I think.
Yeah, Hughes is out. We had a dude puncture a lung.
Yeah, Cam Dantzler almost broke his neck.
Yeah, but he'll be back.
He will be back.
By the way, yeah. So,
but we were down.
It was 3 or 4 commercial breaks. They had to keep taking.
Yeah, right. We were down to I think 2 cornerbacks, and if one more went down, Adam Thielen was at the end of the game. He was listening to defensive play calls.
That's nuts. Yeah.
No.
Can you imagine having Adam Thielen in on defense?
No.
That would be. But first of all, my heart would grow about 3 sizes. But it's just, you don't want to see it. You hate to see it. And it's just, I always go back to the fact that, like, it's been an ongoing joke that Rick and Zim only draft cornerbacks. And how are we this far down the chain?
Yeah. But that's injuries.
But you know what? Zimmer patched together a freaking defense against one of the most high-powered offenses in the NFL. And they played well enough to win.
That's true.
He legit duct taped together a defense.
Yeah, that's true. With all the injuries and stuff, like you do have to give credit that we were up the entire game.
Exactly.
You do.
Exactly. And I think that's one of the reasons why, as Aaron Rodgers said, you're crazy to put Zimmer on the hot seat this year. Like, are you kidding me? So the other thing I wanted to talk about today was Aaron Rodgers. He kind of seemed like he was chumming it up with Vikings this over the game. I'm not sure if you saw it.
No, I missed the last little bit because I was driving to work. But
Packers were down by I think 14 points at that point.
Sure.
And Aaron Rodgers was making a drive. I think it was when it was on their 2-point conversion drive, or maybe it was.
I think I know what you're talking about.
After the Vikings like stuffed him on a play, and then like
he was laughing with.
He was laughing.
He was laughing. He was having a good time. I saw that. That was weird to me. That felt really weird.
It did feel weird, especially for a division game.
Yeah, you know, honestly,
people are going to criticize him, saying that he wasn't in the right headspace.
The Packers in general did not seem like they were there. It almost felt like a trap game. Like we're going to beat the Vikings.
Here's the thing: Aaron Jones was out, and that's a big deal,
right? But they've got Dylan, and they got Williams.
Yeah, but neither of them are Aaron Jones.
I know, but I guess. But I mean, I'm not going to put it all on Jones being the savior here. But the Packers just didn't seem like they were there. I don't know.
I mean,
I think they thought that they were going to cakewalk their way through this one, and that was it. It was bizarre to me.
So I want to look at their receiving. So, come on, where are you? Receiving. All right. Robert Tonyan had 5 receptions. Devontae Adams had 7. And Jamal Williams, who's their running back, I believe, right?
Williams, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. He had 6 receptions. So outside of Devontae Adams and their tight end Tonyan, we basically shut down the receiving game. Like Lazard didn't have any catches, I don't think. Valdez Scantling had one.
Their tight ends. And Rodgers missed
St. Brown had one.
Rodgers missed 2 open tight ends.
Yeah.
For like 30, 40-yard pickups.
Yeah.
It was bizarre. And I know I have to say that the wind was a factor.
Sure.
You can't not.
Sure.
You just can't. But it's still bizarre for Rodgers to miss those throws.
Yeah. I don't know. You're right. I don't know if something was off or what, but from what I understand, like the networks choose what they show. You know what I mean? Like these guys, they're all professionals. They do this every Sunday. Like I'm sure they don't hold as much hatred for the other team as fans do for other fans. You know, like it's not like, because they know they might be teammates one day. We're all in this business together. Let's just play a clean game. No one get hurt. You know, unless it gets super competitive.
Right.
You know, you're under the lights. It's for the conference champion. Then you might
different.
You might start to see things get a little chippy. But like when it's a team you play twice a year, you get to know the other guys. I
might argue too, though, if we were both sitting at like 5-2, that would have been a chippy game.
Yeah. Probably would have been.
I guarantee it.
Probably would have been.
Yeah.
The thing I will respect about what the Packers did yesterday, they set up where Sid Hartman would usually sit and cover the game.
I saw that.
They set up a little memorial.
That was really
nice.
Was classy. That was really nice. Yeah. Ben Gosling, I think, tweeted that.
Yeah.
That was really classy.
That was classy.
But otherwise, the Packers still... No. Okay, I do have to say, though, as a Packer fan, that was an embarrassing game.
Yeah. I
expected more out of...
are better than their record. Now, whether or not we still choose to tank for Trevor.
Well, I still agree with that. I think if you'd be stupid not to look at the roster on offense, for example, and say that there's no way we should be 1-5.
No,
okay?
No.
The ball just didn't bounce our way a couple times, and
we didn't have Dalvin Cook against Atlanta.
Like there's a lot of factors.
Yeah.
But like we're at the very least an 8-8 team. We're not. That's why I was it's so rare to see the Vikings, in my opinion. And I don't know the last time we had a top like 5 or 6 pick. I really don't have a clue. But it's so rare to see us at the bottom of the league like that, where I just had a moment. I'm like, well, maybe we could go for the future. Like maybe this is the year where things just don't go our way at all. We're sitting at 1-6. Like, I don't know, man.
Dude, it's just nuts. It's like you said, the ball just doesn't bounce around. And we're a good team. Like Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen. Like we're a good team on offense. Kyle Rudolph, Irv Smith. Like we have playmakers.
Yeah,
and it's
for sure.
Like, I don't know, man.
The one thing that does keep me excited, like I am looking forward to next year from the aspect of seeing how the defense has grown.
Yeah.
All the rookies we have.
Yeah. And you can start to see it.
You can see it. That's what's really fun. You can start to see it. Yes, you can. And it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's like each game you just see them growing more and more, and they're playing Devontae Adams, you know.
Well, not only that, like it seems like they're playing for each other. When Cam Dancer goes down, Chris Boyd comes in and it's like, all right, I'm ready.
Right,
Chris Boyd goes down and the dude that ends up puncturing his lung comes in and it's just like,
right. Yeah. You don't have a choice. Yeah.
It seems like they're like, and it's next man up, and it's not.
And that's why I refuse to believe that teams in the NFL with this many people on a team and this many factors can tank.
Yeah.
I don't believe it. I think you just need to literally be a dog
think
shit team.
I think the only way to tank is to call plays that don't make any sense.
Yeah. But then that's kind of obvious too. Like if you're like running the ball on 3rd and 14 and you're down like 20 points, you know. But
yeah. No,
So Sam, here now the segment that I've been looking forward to.
Yeah, the segment.
Yes. Sit up in your seat, get yourself ready, pump out your chest.
Hold on, let me
take a sip of water, clear your throat. All
right, Pat.
So I need you to take me through. Are you back into making the playoffs here? Where are we at?
Well, let's analyze it, Pat.
Please do. This is your 10 minutes here.
My 10 minutes. Jeez. All right, Viking schedule. We're sitting at I almost said 5-2. 2-5.
Oh, buddy.
Oh no. All right, playing the Lions this week. We're gonna be playing Adrian Peterson.
And Everson
Griffin. It's going to be fun.
I just want to say one thing. We've always had competitive games against the Lions.
We have. Doesn't matter how good or how bad they are. They've always given us.
It's always been a competitive game.
Where is this one?
This is at home.
This is at home, US Bank Stadium.
Yep.
I think we got a shot, Pat. I don't know. So I'm just going to, if the Vikings are playing like the Vikings can play.
This is you, man.
And we're not playing the tank for Trevor game. We're not.
Like I said, that's not happening. It's not plausible anymore.
If we're playing hard nosed, everybody believes and buys in that we're still in this thing, and we can play to the potential that we have. all that said, let's go through. I think we can beat the Lions at home, right? Yeah. The Lions, I think they're better than their record, but I don't think they're that great. They have some holes that they're missing out on. I think their defense is
Can I know one thing before you go here? Are we assuming that we don't win the division?
Yeah.
Okay, this is what the assumption. Okay,
I think the division is
So we'll have 2 spots to potentially sneak into a wild card.
I know, and you look at the NFC West.
Okay, so I know. That's
you
what I'm saying.
Look at the West. The West could very well send 3 teams this year.
Dude, Hawks are 6-1, Cardinals are 5-2, Rams are 5-3. That's all within the top 6.
The West could send 3 teams this year. That's nuts.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Lions win. So
I think we beat the Lions.
3-5.
3-5. We lose to the Bears at Soldier Field.
You think so?
We never play well at Soldier Field. We've
Bears
won twice in like 13 years at Soldier
Field. Okay, so 3-6.
So at that point we're 3-6. Cowboys at home. That's
give that to us.
Yeah, so 4-6. 4-6.
Yeah.
Panthers at home. The return of Teddy Bridgewater. This one's going to be tough.
That could be a tough one, I think.
That could be tough, but I think we have the edge, especially at home. Maybe fans are back by then. What is that? 5-6 now?
Yep.
5-6. Jacksonville at home, 6-6. See, at this point we're a 500 team. Then we have Tampa Bay
in
Tampa Bay. So I think at this point we're 6-7. Enough said. By the way, Antoine Winfield.
At the end there, yeah. I'm glad they picked up that flag.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
That was fun. Then we play Chicago at home. I think we get the better Chicago at home. So 7-7. The Saints. That's a coin flip for me. The Saints
are 5-2, but they're 5-2, man. That's a team that wins. But no, tell me what you think, man.
It's Christmas Day. It's Christmas.
See, if we have no potential for draft picks or anything, we're going to be middle of the road anyways. I'm all in for kicking their ass.
Yeah,
I'm all in.
Let's do it.
I was only. I'm not going to explain it again, but yeah. So win.
Yeah, so we win that one.
So 8-7.
8-7, and then the Detroit Lions.
Say it.
10 or 9-7.
Okay.
So I think our ceiling is 9-7 at this point. Which does that get us into the playoffs? Probably not into a wild card spot.
I honestly think that if you need to win 10 games, looking at how things are going here with how tight and tough the NFC is.
Well, but there's that third wild card spot now, isn't there? Yeah, we talked about this because remember we had to do math.
Oh, yes.
We had to do math that one day.
Because just the first seed gets a bye. Yeah, there is.
Oh. I don't know. In order to give you a good answer, I'd have to analyze everyone's schedules.
Yeah,
because who knows what? Because the Bears.
Here's the problem with that too. It's NFL is so hard to gamble and predict on. I mean, the Tampa Bucks almost lost to the Giants last night. The 1-6 Giants,
which is unbelievable.
I know, and that's what I'm saying is like any given Sunday,
you never know
to the T.
You never know, and the ball just hasn't been bouncing our way.
It hasn't.
I don't know. Yeah. I think our ceiling is 9-7. If I'm being real.
Okay.
I think that so if our ceiling is 9-7, we should probably aim for the floor.
I think it all just every week comes down to how Kirk Cousins plays.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
the defense has done enough. The defense has done enough with our problems to have us in games.
Yeah. Does it come down to how well Kirk Cousins plays, or does it come to how much of their defense Dalvin Cook can exploit? Because I think that the cornerstone of our offense is Dalvin Cook. The cornerstone of most offenses is their quarterback. Mm-hmm. The cornerstone of our offense is Dalvin Cook.
But here's what I'm saying. I'm saying there are games where Cook gets 50 yards a game, and they completely stuffed us.
Yeah.
There are games. And then games where Kirk has to throw the ball, and that's where I'm like, I just wonder. I'm like, I don't know how that's going to turn out.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It'll be interesting. I think there's going to be a lot of teams it seems like the gap between good teams and bad teams is very wide this year.
Mm-hmm. For sure. 100%.
Teams are either 5-2 or 2-5.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. Yeah. And that could separate a little more, but like you said, though, I for one am excited for these playoffs. Yeah. I think the teams that are good are good. I think they're not pretenders, and they do deserve to be in the top 6.
Absolutely. Dude, can you believe that we're entering week 9 of the NFL?
No. Just like that, it's going to be off season, and we're going to be sad again.
And we're going to be sad. Oh, buddy. Well, I'm excited to talk about the Detroit Lions on our next episode.
Yeah,
it's going to be. We're going to be able to talk Adrian Peterson, Everson Griffin. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, for sure. And like I said, I am done with. We can't tank anymore. It's just not gonna. It's not plausible. The Vikings they're too good of a team. I was hopeful that we could get Justin Fields.
Well, that's not to say that we can't.
No. I'm not doing that. I'm not getting in. I'm not getting involved in that again.
Here's the thing: if Rick is going to be a good little GM and keep his job, he's going to figure out a way to get us what we need in the draft, and that's just it. Whether it's taking our first and second next year to trade up in the first. Yeah.
I don't want to get excited. I always get hopeful for this kind of stuff.
But that's what GMs do. Rick's all about trading down for more
Rick
picks.
Doesn't ever go up though.
I know.
So that's why I'm not.
So that's why I want to fire Rick. They hire the 4th and Skol team to be co-general managers.
You and I.
We can quit our day jobs. No, I like my day job.
I like my job.
But anyway, all right. Join us next time on the 4th and Skol podcast. We'll be previewing the Lions game, the return of Adrian Peterson,
Everson Griffin.
As always, you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, anywhere you listen to podcasts. Vikings territory,
yes, sir.
And
Purple PTSD.
Purple PTSD. It's great. Go check it out.
We'll see you guys next week.
Skol.